to order. Because of COVID-19 social distancing recommendations, our meeting tonight is being held virtually via Zoom. Council members, city staff, and myself are all joining remotely. The public is invited to participate by using the instructions included in the City Council calendar item listed on the front page of missionks.org. Public participants will be allowed to make comments through the online chat feature. Please note that comments are visible by the entire group. If you wish to make a public comment, please state your name and city of residence for the record. Please be conscientious of others trying to speak and speak slowly and clearly. To confirm, if something needs to be confirmed, I may ask for confirmation or clarification. To begin tonight's meeting, will you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Audrey, would you please call roll?
Schlosmacher.
Here.
Thomas.
Here.
Holtinghouse.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Rothrock.
Here.
Inman.
Here.
Kring.
Here.
And Flora.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Item 1 on our agenda is public hearings. Item 2 is special presentations, and item 3 is issuance of notes and bonds. And we don't have any business under any of those 3 agenda items. So we'll move on to item 4, the consent agenda. Our consent agenda does have 5 items on it this evening. Our council committees met on January 6th, and we thoroughly and fully discussed each of these items. The committees agreed that the items listed on our consent agenda are routine enough to be considered under a single motion. If a council member or a member of the public would like any item removed from the consent agenda, they may request that at this time. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move the City Council adopt the consent agenda as printed, items 4A through 4E.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none, Audrey, please call for the vote.
Flora.
Aye.
Holtinghouse.
Aye.
Inman.
Aye.
Kring.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Schlosmacher.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
And Rothrock.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right, that concludes item 4. Moving on to item 5, public comments. This is reserved for members of the public who would like to make comment on something that is not on the agenda. Is there any member of the public that'd like to comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 6, action items from the Planning Commission. We do have one item from the Planning Commission, which is the final plat of the Main Street Credit Union. Ms. Service, would you please provide us with your report?
Thank you. Yes. And Emily, I think maybe it says host disabled participant screen sharing. Would you be able to help me with that? Thank you. Okay. So the property at 6025 Lamar Avenue is currently developed with the Mission branch of the Main Street Credit Union. The property at 6219 Martway Street is developed with the former Mission Bar and Players Theater and also the drive-through elements associated with the Main Street Credit Union. The applicant is requesting approval of a plat to adjust the property lines so that the drive-through is on the same property as the Main Street building rather than on the lot with the Bar and Players building. The surveyors confirmed that the sidewalk, bus stop, Rock Creek Trail that all border the property lie within the public right-of-way, so right-of-way was not requested with this plat. The plat was considered by the Planning Commission at their meeting on Monday, December 28th, 2020. During the public hearing, a neighbor asked whether any projects were proposed for the property. The applicant hasn't shared any information with the Community Development Department about project proposals or any projects in the conceptual phase. So we're not aware of any at this time. The Planning Commission voted 8-0 to approve the preliminary and final plat of Main Street Credit Union with 2 conditions. One, that an ingress egress easement would connect the entrance on Martway to the lot over here with the Barn Players Building. And the second condition, just correcting the names on the plat to show the people currently holding the position. So at the meeting today, the City Council has the opportunity to offer final approval of the plat of Main Street Credit Union. I'm happy to take any questions if there are any. Also, the applicant is on the call today as well. And here is the preliminary plat shown here and the final plat shown here, both in your packet.
Does that conclude your report, Caitlin?
Yes.
All right, I would entertain a motion and we can discuss.
Mayor, I move that the city council approve the final plat of the Main Street Credit Union at 6025 Lamar Avenue and 6219 Markway Street, Planning Commission, case number 20-08.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on this item. I can't see a full screen of people, so if you have an item, just go ahead and speak up. All right, hearing none, then Audrey, please call for the vote.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Rothrock,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Flora,
Aye.
Kring,
Aye.
Thomas,
Aye.
and Schlesmacher.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right, moving on to item 7, committee reports. All of the items that were considered by the committees this month were placed on the consent agenda for approval. As a result, neither Councilmember Kring nor Councilmember Flora have reports to provide this evening, and we will move on to item 8, unfinished business. Having none, item 9, new business. There's none there, so we're moving on to item 10, comments from the City Council. Does any member of the governing body have a comment they'd like to make for council? Debbie.
I do. First of all, I want to announce we will be having a virtual Ward 3 meeting tomorrow evening, Thursday, January 21st at 7 p.m. Emily will be posting the information regarding the Zoom criteria on the website by tomorrow morning. So please check your website to find out how to get in on that Zoom meeting. It will be Ward 3, 7 to 8, and we'll go through just some basic things going on in the city. Secondly, I want to mention I've had 2 constituents call about speeding on Johnson Drive, and they're concerned that people are really abusing the speed limit and have asked or recommended that we have a little bit more police presence through the middle part of the day. It seems like people are kind of speeding. I've noticed it too, but I did tell them I would say that on their behalf. So thank you.
I know of another great way that we can start looking into slowing down some of the speeding on Johnson Drive, but I don't know where any of the progress of that is at, so.
You're going to have a discussion item on your February 3rd committee agenda.
Awesome.
I also want to make a comment that Ward 4 open forum will take place on the 9th of February at 7 o'clock. I'm sorry, at 8 o'clock at night. And we will have that as a Zoom and send out notices to the community.
All right, Trent, did you have something?
Yeah, I was just going to add that Hillary and I will host our Ward 1 meeting next Thursday, the 28th at 6:30 p.m. It'll be a virtual meeting and we'll have the Zoom details closer to.
All right, anybody have anything else for the common good? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to a mayor's report. This evening, we have several appointments to consider for two of our commissions. We really appreciate the service of these community volunteers and their hard work in guiding important decisions that we have that have a direct impact and a positive impact on the city. First, I put before you the reappointments of Ann O'Leary, Ward 1, Melissa Curry, Ward 2, Mark Radeziner, Ward 4, for the Parks, Recreation, and Tree Commission, with terms expiring December 31st, 2022. Is there a motion?
Mayor, I move that the city council uphold the reappointments of Ann O'Leary, Ward 1, Melissa Curry, Ward 2, and Mark Radeziner, Ward 4, for the Parks and Recreation and Tree Commission, with terms expiring December 31, 2022.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion. All right, hearing none. Audrey, please call for the vote.
Schlesmacher,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Rothrock,
Aye.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
Flora,
Aye.
Thomas,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
and Crane.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right, next I put before you the reappointments of Andy Highland, Ward 3, Kathy Boyer-Seschel, Ward 4, and Josh Thiede, Ward 4, as well as the new appointments of Lenny Lippert, non-resident, and Mike Patterson, Ward 4, for the Sustainability Commission, with terms expiring December 31st, 2022.
Mayor, I move the city council uphold the reappointments of Andy Highland, Ward 3, Kathy Boyer-Schessel, Ward 4, and Josh Thiede, Ward 4, as well as approve the new appointments of Lenny Lippert, non-resident, and Mike Patterson, Ward 4, for the Sustainability Commission, with terms expiring December 31st, 2022.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on these appointments? Hearing none. Audrey, please call for the vote.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
Schlesmacher,
Aye.
Rothrock,
Aye.
Thomas,
Aye.
Crane,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
and Flora.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I would like to announce that there are still vacancies remaining on the Parks, Recreation, and Tree Commission. Anybody interested in being considered for appointment should submit a resume and a letter of interest to our city clerk, Audrey McClanahan. Next, we have the appointment of a number of city officials. These appointments are called for in our ordinances and are considered annually. I put before you tonight the following for appointment: Keith Drill, Municipal Court Judge, and Jeffrey Austin, David Bell, and Peter Simonson as Municipal Court Judges Pro Tem. Is there a motion?
Mayor, I move that the city council uphold the appointment of Keith Drill as municipal court judge and Jeffrey Austin, David Bell, and Peter Simonson as municipal court judges pro tem.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion for this item? Hearing none. Audrey, please call for the vote.
Flora,
Aye.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
Thomas,
Aye.
Rothrock,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Crane,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
and Schlesmacher.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right. And finally, each year we appoint third-party advisors and consultants who assist us on various projects throughout the year. I put before you tonight the following for appointments: Gilmore and Bell as our bond counsel, Ellers Inc. as our financial advisor, and Pete Heaven with Spencer Fain, our land use attorney.
Mayor, I move the city council uphold the appointments of Gilmore and Bell for bond counsel, Ellers Incorporated as financial advisor, and Pete Heaven with Spencer Fain as land use attorney.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Audrey, please call for the vote.
Inman,
Aye.
Flora,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Thomas,
Aye.
Kring,
Aye.
Schlosmacher,
Aye.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
and Rothrock.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right, that concludes item 11. We will move on to item 12, City Administrator's Report. Ms. Smith, would you please provide us a report and also a report on the December interim financials?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The December interim financials were included in your packet this evening. As I think I mentioned, we did just have the month and the year close last Thursday before the packet came out on Friday. So we are still working through sort of our in-depth review of those financials, and we'll be presenting more information on that to you all at your February committee meeting. I can just a couple of points of interest at a very high level for December. We did make our revised revenue projections, which were significantly reduced from the original 2020 budget figures, but we were able to make those revised revenue projections in large part due to the strong performance of sales tax revenues throughout the year. So one of the things that we'll be talking about at the February committee meeting is looking at a couple of the other revenue sources or streams, particularly the community center revenues, which we know have been severely impacted as a result of COVID-19. So we will go into that review, as well as kind of a breakdown of the expenditure side. There were several projects that were started, budgeted and started in 2020, and final invoices have not yet been received. So we have created what are called encumbrances, and we'll carry those expenses over into 2021. But you can plan to see and kind of walk through more of that detail in February at the committee meeting. And if we need to continue that discussion, we can certainly look at the February 24th work session date for that as well. Beyond that, we are just busy. It's hard to believe it's the middle of January already. And we're well on our way into 2021. So I don't have anything else to report this evening, Mayor.
All right, thank you. And we will move on to item 13, executive session. We do not have a need for an executive session this evening. So then before we adjourn tonight, I want to share with the public that the video from this meeting will be available through a link on our website, missionks.org. There being no further business tonight, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 We are adjourned for the evening.
Happy Inauguration Day.
Good night.
Good night.